Dear Arizona voter, the Arizona general election is on November 8, 2022. Your household is receiving this voter education guide because you or another resident are registered to vote in Arizona. This guide is created by Clean Elections, the state's nonpartisan voter education agency, to provide voters official voting information about the general election, including how to participate and information on the candidates that are running for statewide and legislative office. In this guide, you will find information on how to register to vote, ways to vote by mail or in person, accepted ID at the polls, county elections contact information, candidates' profiles for statewide and legislative offices. With so many sources of information available, it can be difficult to find official, nonpartisan election information. This is why voters mandated this voter education guide be sent to every household with a registered voter when they pass the Clean Elections Act. This way, voters can find the information they need to vote simply by looking in their mailbox. Our goal is to educate and inform, not influence, and we hope this voter education guide helps you to cast your ballot confidently. Thank you for voting. Respectfully yours, Damian R. Meyer, Amy B. Chan, Galen D. Payton, Steve M. Titla, Mark S. Kimball, Arizona Citizens Clean Elections Commission. Your household is receiving this voter education guide because you or another resident is registered to vote. Voter guides are sent by the legislative district assigned to your residence. It may be possible for your household to receive multiple guides for different legislative districts if there is a voter registered at a different residential address that uses the same mailing address as you. Redistricting. The Arizona Independent Redistricting Commission adopted new congressional and legislative district lines in December 2021. This voter education guide was sent to voters' mailing addresses and includes candidates for statewide office and their new legislative district. Congressional candidates may be found at www.azcleanelections.gov/Arizona-elections/find-my-candidates. Why should I read this voter education guide? This guide contains statements directly from the candidates for statewide and legislative office. This is an opportunity for voters to hear directly from candidates, not third parties, about their views. This guide also contains official and accurate information on how to register to vote, ways to vote, accepted ID at the polls, county elections contact information. Note: information on federal and local candidates may be found on the Clean Elections website, not in this guide. www.azcleanelections.gov Arizona-elections/find-my-candidates. Who sent this? This guide is created by the Arizona Citizens Clean Elections Commission. Clean Elections. Clean Elections is a state government agency created by voters in 1998. Voters mandated Clean Elections create this voter education guide and mail it to households prior to the general election. What is Clean Elections? Clean Elections is the state's nonpartisan voter education agency founded in 1998 after Arizona voters passed the Citizens Clean Elections Act, ARS Title 16, Chapter 6, Article 2, to root out corruption and promote confidence and participation in our political process. Number 1, voter education. We provide voters with nonpartisan election information, tools, and resources so they can vote informed. Number 2, clean campaign funding. We provide campaign funding to candidates who run for state offices in Arizona and agree to not accept special interest money. Number 3, enforcement. We conduct audits of candidates' campaign finance reports and investigate complaints to ensure funding is used appropriately. How is Clean Elections funded? The Citizens Clean Elections Fund, created by voters, receives revenues from a 10% surcharge imposed on all civil and criminal fines and penalties, qualifying contributions from registered Arizona voters to participating candidates, and civil penalties assessed against violators. Funding for Clean Elections does not come from taxpayer money from the State General Fund. Who are the commissioners? The commission consists of 5 members, no more than 2 of the same political party and of the same county. The governor and the highest-ranking official holding a statewide office, who is not a member of the same political party as the governor, alternate in appointing commissioners. What is in this guide? General election information. About the general election. Important election dates. Voter registration. How to vote. Voter assistance. ID at the polls. Contact information. Candidate information. Offices to be elected. Statewide candidates. Legislative candidates. About the general election. What is the general election? The November 8 general election is a regular election where voters determine who is elected to office, which statewide propositions will become law, and which judges and justices will be retained. Who can vote in a general election? All registered voters can vote in the general election. Why is voting in the general election important? Voting in a general election is important because it allows voters to select the candidate they wish to represent them in office. In this election, voters will determine who serves in the state's executive branch for the next 4 years, along with offices at the federal and local level, including the state legislature. Likewise, the general election allows voters the opportunity to decide whether judges and justices of the Arizona Supreme Court and certain lower courts should be retained or replaced. Voters also have an opportunity to approve or reject laws proposed by the legislature and by voters themselves, known as referendums and initiatives. These measures are referred to by their proposition number. Important election dates. General Election Day, November 8, 2022. Voter registration deadline, Tuesday, October 11, 2022. Early voting begins Wednesday, October 12, 2022. Last day to request ballot by mail, Friday, October 28, 2022. Mail back early ballot, Tuesday, November 1, 2022. Last day to vote early in person, Friday, November 4, 2022. Polls open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Voter registration. Voters must be registered by Tuesday, October 11, 2022, to vote in the election. Not sure if you're already registered? Check online at www.azclean-elections.gov/am-i-registered-to-vote. Ways to register. Online, visit www.servicearizona.com. You must have a valid Arizona driver's license or identification card to use this service. You will be emailed a confirmation after you complete the registration process. Paper form. Voter registration forms are available at county recorder offices, motor vehicle division, MVD offices, most libraries, city clerk offices, and public assistance agencies. To download a paper form or for more information on the registration process, including the qualifications to register to vote, please visit www.azclean-elections.gov/register-to-vote. Voter registration card. Your county recorder will mail you a voter registration card 4 to 6 weeks after you register. Voters are encouraged to verify that the information on their card is correct. Please contact your county recorder with any questions or to request a replacement registration card. Your registration card may be used as a form of ID at the polls. How do I vote? Vote early by mail. Ballots will go out in the mail beginning October 12th to voters who are on the active early voting list, AEVL. Request a one-time early ballot. After voting the ballot and signing the envelope, voters can mail their ballots back by November 1 or drop them off at designated ballot drop boxes if available. Any early voting location in their county, the county recorder or elections office, any voting location on election day in their county. You do not need to wait in line. Voted ballots must be received no later than 7 p.m. on November 8, 2022, Election Day. Vote early in person. Voters may vote early in person at any early voting site in their county. Early voting will begin October 12th. Voters must bring their ID. Vote on Election Day. All voting locations will be open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Election Day. Visit www.az-cleanelections.gov/where-do-I-vote to find your voting location. Voters must bring their ID. Voter assistance. Uniformed and Overseas Citizens Absentee Voting Act, UOCAVA. The Uniformed and Overseas Citizens Absentee Voting Act, UOCAVA, ensures that U.S. citizens who are service members, their eligible family members, or other overseas citizens can vote in their home states. This guide has been mailed to every Arizona military and overseas voter. Resources for UOCAVA voters. 1. Secretary of State's online system, used to register to vote, request an early ballot, and return a voted ballot. www.az.gov/election/military-and-overseas-voters. 2. Federal Postcard Application, FPCA, used to register to vote, request an early ballot, or update your voter information. https://www.fvap.gov/Arizona. 3. Federal Write-in Absentee Ballot, FWAB, used as an emergency backup ballot and to register to vote. https://www.fvap.gov/Arizona. Voters with a disability. The Help America Vote Act, HAVA, requires every polling place to be accessible and have available and set up for use accessible voting equipment that may be used by any voter. Additional assistance may be available, such as curbside voting, braille, and large print ballots. Voters can contact their county elections office for additional information. Alternative formats and language. This guide is available in multiple formats at https://www.azcleanelections.gov/guide. Voters can also contact Clean Elections to request an alternative format. This guide is printed in Spanish to assist local jurisdictions in complying with federal law. Section 203 of the Voting Rights Act, VRA. For more information about federal law, please contact the United States Department of Justice Civil Rights Division, Voting Section at 800-253-3931 or voting.section@usdoj.gov. What ID should I bring to the polls? List number 1. Sufficient photo ID, including name and address. 1 required. Valid Arizona driver's license. Valid Arizona non-operating identification card. Tribal enrollment card or other form of tribal identification. Valid United States federal, state, or local government-issued identification. List number 2. Sufficient ID without a photo that bears the name and address. 2 required. Utility bill of the elector that is dated within 90 days of the date of the election. A utility bill may be for electric, gas, water, solid waste, sewer, telephone, cellular phone, or cable television. Bank or credit union statement that is dated within 90 days of the date of the election. Valid Arizona vehicle registration. Indian census card. Property tax statement of the elector's residence. Tribal enrollment card or other form of tribal identification. Arizona vehicle insurance card. Recorder certificate. Valid United States federal, state, or local government-issued identification, including a voter registration card issued by the county recorder. Any mailing to the elector marked official election material. List number 3. Mix and match from lists 1 and 2. 2 required. U.S. passport without address and one valid item from List 2. U.S. military identification without address and one valid item from List 2. Any valid photo identification from List 1 in which the address does not reasonably match the precinct register accompanied by a non-photo identification from List 2 in which the address does reasonably match the precinct register. Members of federally recognized tribes are not required to have an address or photo on their identification in order to cast a provisional ballot. Contact information. Citizens Clean Elections Commission. Call for questions on this guide or voter education, tools, and resources. Mailing address only, 1802 West Jackson Street, number 129, Phoenix, Arizona, 85007. 602-364-3477. 1-877-631-8891. CCEC at azcleanelections.gov. Not a ballot drop-off site. County Recorder, voter registration and early ballots. Election Director, voting locations and election information. Apache. Larry Noble. Phone 928-337-7515. TTY 800-361-4402. Voter reg at co.apache.az.us. Angela Romero. Phone 928-337-7537. TTY 800-361-4402. A. Romero at co.apache.az.us. Cochise. David Stevens. Phone 520-432-8350. TTY 520-432-8360. Recorder at cochise.az.gov. Lisa Mara. Phone 432 8970. TTY 520 432 8360. Elections at cochise.az.gov. Coconino, Patty Hansen. Phone 928 679 7860. TTY 928 679 7131. CC Elections at coconino.az.gov. Essler Musta. Phone 928 679 8603. TTY 928 679 7131. CC Elections at coconino.az.gov. Gila, Sadie Jo Bingham. Phone 928 402 8740. TTY 711. S. Bingham at Gila County az.gov. Eric Mariscal. Phone 928 402 8709. TTY 711. E. Mariscal at Gila County az.gov. Graham. Wendy John. Phone 928 428 3560. TTY 928 428 3562. Recorder's Office at graham.az.gov. Hannah Duderstadt. Phone 928 792 5037. TTY 928 428 3562. H. Duderstadt at graham.az.gov. Greenlee. Sherry Milhiero. Phone 928 865 2632. TTY 928 865 1717. S. Milhiero at greenlee.az.gov. Bianca Figueroa. Phone 928 865 2072. TTY 928 865 1717. B. Figueroa at greenlee.az.gov. La Paz. Richard Garcia. Phone 928 669 6136. R. Garcia at La Paz County az.org. Shelley Baker. Phone 928 669 6149. S. Baker at La Paz County az.org. Maricopa. Stephen Richer. Phone 602 506 1511. TTY 602 506 2348. Voter info at risc.gov. maricopa.gov. Ray Valenzuela and Scott Jarrett. Phone 602-506-1511. TTY 602-506-2348. Voter info at risc.maricopa.gov. Mojave. Christy Blair. Phone 928-753-0767. TTY 928-753-0769. Voter registration at mojave.gov. Alan Tempert. Phone 928-753-0733. TTY 928-753-0769. Elections at mojave.gov. Navajo. Michael Sample. Phone 928-524-4192. TTY 928-524-4194. Recorder webmail at Navajo County AZ.gov. Raylene Richards. Phone 928-524-4062. Raylene.Richards at Navajo County AZ.gov. Pima. Gabriela Cazares Kelly. Phone 520-724-4330. TTY 520-724-4320. Recorder at recorder.pima.gov. Constance Hargrove. Phone 520-724-6830. TTY 520-724-6871. Elections at pima.gov. Pinal. Dana Lewis. Phone 520-866-6830. TTY 520-866-6851. Recorder at pinal.gov. Virginia Ross. Phone 520-866-7550. TTY 711. PC Elections _DL at pinal.gov. Santa Cruz. Suzanne Susie Sains. Phone 520-375-7990. TTY 520-375-7934. S. Sains at Santa Cruz County az.gov. Alma Schultz. Phone 520-375-7808. TTY 520-375-7934. A. Schultz at Santa Cruz County az.gov. Yavapai. Michelle M. Burchill. Phone 928-771-3248. web.voter.registration at yavapai.az.gov. Phone 928-771-3250. web.elections at yavapai.az.gov. Yuma. Richard Caldwell. Phone 928-373-6034. TTY 928-373-6033. Voter services at Yuma County az.gov. Tiffany Anderson. Phone 928-373-1014. TTY 928-373-6033. Elections at Yuma County az.gov. Candidate information. Which candidates are in the guide? Every statewide and legislative candidate that has their name printed on the general election ballot is listed in this guide per the Clean Elections Act. Information on federal and local candidates may be found on the Clean Elections website. www.az-cleanelections.gov/Arizona-elections/find-my-candidates. What information is listed about the candidates? The candidate's name, party affiliation, campaign funding type, and website are provided. Campaign funding type is listed as either traditional or participating. A traditional candidate funds their campaign through private donations. A participating candidate funds their campaign through participation in the Clean Elections Clean Funding Program. Each candidate had the opportunity to submit a 200-word statement. The statements were reproduced as submitted and were not edited for spelling, grammar, or punctuation. Non-substantive editing may have occurred for layout purposes only. These statements represent the opinions of the authors and have not been checked for accuracy. Definition of offices to be elected. Governor. Vote for one. 4-year term. The governor is similar to a company's CEO, representing Arizona as the top elected officer in state business and functions in both official and ceremonial events. The governor can sign a legislative bill into law or veto it to keep it from becoming law, approves the state budget, issue executive orders, and oversees state agencies. Secretary of State. Vote for one. 4-year term. The Arizona Secretary of State acts as the chief election officer. The Secretary is next in line in succession should the governor leave office due to death, resignation, or impeachment. Attorney General. Vote for one. 4-year term. The Arizona Attorney General is the chief legal officer of the state. The Attorney General provides advice to state agencies, enforces consumer protection, civil rights, environmental, criminal, and other laws on behalf of the state. State Treasurer. Vote for one. 4-year term. The Arizona Treasurer serves as Arizona's chief banker and investment officer, as well as the chair of Arizona's State Board of Investment. The Treasurer manages Arizona's investment portfolio. Superintendent of Public Instruction. Vote for one. 4-year term. The Arizona Superintendent of Public Instruction is the head of the Department of Education. The superintendent oversees the state's education finances and implements policy mandated by the State Board of Education. State Mine Inspector. Vote for one. 4-year term. The Arizona Mine Inspector is in charge of inspecting the safety and conditions of mines in the state to ensure the safety of the mine workers and the general public. Corporation Commissioner. Vote for not more than 2. 4-year term. The Arizona Corporation Commission has 5 members, each elected to 4-year terms. The Commission regulates the rates, business practices, health and safety of many utilities. It also regulates corporations, securities, railroads, and pipelines. State Senator. Vote for not more than one. 2-year term. The Arizona State Senate is the upper house of the legislature. Made up of 30 senators, one from each of Arizona's 30 legislative districts. The Senate can draft, introduce, and vote on legislation. Along with the House, the Senate approves the state's annual budget. The Senate can enact bills that are referred to voters for approval and can place constitutional amendments on the ballot. State House of Representatives. Vote for not more than 2. 2-year term. The Arizona State House of Representatives is the lower house of the legislature, made up of 60 representatives, 2 from each of Arizona's 30 legislative districts. The House can draft, introduce, and vote on legislation. Along with the Senate, the House approves the state's annual budget. The House can enact bills that are referred to voters for approval and can place constitutional amendments on the ballot. For more information on office responsibilities, including federal offices, justices and judges, and local offices, please visit www.azcleanelections.gov/civics.